Good morning. It's Monday, February 26th, year of our Lord 2018. This is the year of our class, MUT 213. I hope all is well with your souls. Okay. HW, please. That means homework, please. Homework, please. Now, each of these, this is why solfege is because each syllable starts with a different letter. We already understood that though, right? So, with the information given, and don't say it out loud, this just means like D down to S, S up to D. Everything else is stepwise, more or less. Okay, homeworks, works of home. Okay, pretend that the commas are like phrases, you know? Alright, so sing that through in your head and determine what the tune is.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, don't say anything yet. And don't mock my teaching. I'll take a stand.
No. Sit down. Oh, you said don't sing it.
Sorry.
Greg cannot pay attention unless he slept overnight on a gymnasium floor. So, we're going to have now all the drum corps people are going to have to sleep on the Laidlaw stage from now on. Just,
It has been.
What?
you seem to have a level of discipline that doesn't apply to theory. And cute uniforms too. Everybody get Prairie Jaka?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, just think back to not so long ago. It wouldn't mean anything to you, would it?
Nope.
And now it's like, oh, you're stupid. That's so easy. Look, I have an IQ that's quite high, although it's dropping. I will admit. The IQ is dropping, the vocabulary is going away. It's so much fun. Okay, let's all fly a kite. One last paper left. Guess whose?
Kevin.
Yes! All right, would you like to play Who's Next in the Door today? Anybody?
Yes.
Trevor is our most valued player, but yet he's not here. He gets the most enthusiasm. So Emma, you're gonna have to like pump up the enthusiasm.
Okay.
Who's next in the door?
Christian.
Christian's kind of binary.
Jam Jam. I said
Yes.
Jam Jam.
Yes.
Jam Jam! Okay. I'm gonna stick. I see that was my choice. I'm just going with KJ every day. Every day. Okay, I'm gonna read all of the comments I've made on the paper in red, but not tell you the name of the person.
Are you gonna pass it to us right after?
Wheel.
No.
Oh,
You're right, that would be fun. Now, the thing is, grading Dave is not the same human as teaching Dave.
Who's Dave?
Grading Dave is kind of an arsehole. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Okay, first one up, and it's just random. I haven't put these in order. Perfect without a blemish.
Oh, it's me.
Next one.
Yeah, I think I
Nothing.
did that one.
If I say KB, that means keyboard style not right. If I write Reza, that means your resolution was not right. You've made errors that could have been easily checked and corrected.
That's
I
probably.
think okay, here's a good one.
We all identify.
Your PW, that stands for part writing,
Pee-wees.
is pretty good, but you don't seem to be able to distinguish sharps, naturals, flats from each other. That happens when you have you're in a flat key signature and you see a slash and then you put a sharp sign there. Not good. That might be appropriate sometime, but I think we can all understand what that means, right? Okay, good. Next one. Better. If I wrote better, that means where I wrote the note was better than where you wrote your note, but I didn't count it wrong.
What?
So it
Where I
wasn't
wrote
wrong, but
my
it-
red note was better than where you wrote your pencil note. Okay?
So it wasn't wrong, but
But
could
it
be
wasn't
better.
wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
It's sick stands for Italian sick. Okay, alignment. That means you have an eighth note and a quarter note lined up together. This is not KB style,
Well,
keyboard style.
hold on.
PHC, Phrygian half cadence.
Oh, wait, I think I put S.
Okay, okay, but not the best. I didn't count it wrong,
Okay,
but it was sort of stupid. Alignment, we understand alignment. Not standard, meaning your basic voice leading was not a basic voice leading. But I didn't count it wrong. All right,
That's your turn.
here is the next comment. Would you like to hear the next comment?
Yeah.
Your part writing is excellent, but I can barely read it. Please take measures to improve, comma, finale, question mark. If I can't read it, I have all of these in finale files. You could take the finale file and make it in finale. Okay, many X marks, no comments. That just speaks for itself. Can't read it. You doubled altered note. That means that's wrong. Nice with an exclamation mark always means parallel somethings or consecutive parallel
What?
somethings.
Wait.
So it doesn't really mean
sarcastic.
nice in the nice
sarcastic.
way. It means nice like that was
Nice.
What? That's.
okay.
Hey.
Not technically a diminished fifth, but it's the weaker option. In parentheses, so close. That means perfection was almost made, but not made. Brackets, this is weird, meaning your part writing was not logical, but not incorrect. Some people go that route. It's like they think of the most obscure ways to do basic voice leading patterns. This is not clear. This is not KB style. Then parentheses, we have done this for 6 months now, exclamation point. Not standard motion. Can we understand that? It's not a basic voice leading pattern. Your part writing is excellent. Your handwriting is nearly illegible. Please take measures to improve it. These are hard to read and ambiguous. So even though you didn't get it taken off, your line notes and your your space notes look the same.
No, he's like,
Not technically a direct fit, but it is a weaker option. The thing is, I might have done that weaker option in class, so,
yes.
but you still got a red mark there. Deception, this is the most amazing thing, that in the month of February of the second year at theory, that 5 to 6 elicits nothing out of your brains. It's like, oh, duh, and oh, duh. What the heck? I just don't even, I can't even, this is why grading day gets frustrated. It's like 5 to 6. Come on. KD style, Rezo, nice. Ooh,
Is
This
that a
is
sarcastic
nice.
nice or an actual?
Wait, yeah.
very actual sarcastic nice. Well, this was parallel octaves followed by an A flat in the tenor and an A natural in the soprano. So, that would have been really nice part writing, one of the best. KB style, we've done this for 6 months now. Where's your hard copy?
Messing that up.
I think we all understood that.
It's probably me.
Deception, diminished fifth, LT.
There you go.
Okay, I'll shuffle them off so we
I was just about to say, so I'm just sitting there writing them down. It's like, ah, you're an idiot.
The most X's have no comments. It's like,
Are they not here?
Oh
Well, I guess we know why they got all these X's. There's not a quest for excellence.
all right.
So before we go,
I told
yeah,
you.
The theological one?
I don't have any.
Exclamation point.
Oh, man. That one's done.
Pretty sure mine's is one of the 2000.
Months of deception.
You missed that?
I'm done.
At the same time, like I said.
Darn it. You got a 98?
Yeah.
90.
I don't even know.
Need bonus point question.
I'm at least on Victoria. At least on Victoria.
Yeah. I was done with about
I need a 68.
I'll take it.
Oh, yours was the red X's? Yours was
Yay! The papers have been handed
shit.
back.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, what?
So I did a pose yesterday that I have never been able to do. So you can learn things later in life. All right? Don't give up just because you haven't learned it by the age learned it by the age of 19. Doesn't mean you can't ever do it. All right. Was there any questions on your homework? Happy to explain it to you. Any explaining needs to be done. There's potential that, never mind, no one cares. Okay,
Hey, yes we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I can tell you,
Okay.
probably quicker than grade one.
It's not about heart writing.
Oh, okay.
Why is that here?
The question mark?
I turned it on. I turned it in on time. Do not know.
He couldn't read your name.
Or is it just?
These don't look like letters to me. Acrylic. And the answer
I
is
think
triangle,
it's a
circle,
question
star.
mark. Why did you write
Oh no,
that?
I'm talking about up here.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't questioning your own time.
Okay.
Because I didn't remember
So
that
Okay.
kind of stuff. If it's in my pile, I don't know how it got there.
Okay.
Any questions on the notes or the notes? The red
Which
notes.
Oh,
Red numbers are not good except in golf. If you're looking at your stock report for the day and it's red, you lost some money today. Green, good.
green.
Except the green. What if Greenland were green? That would mean like this 1,000 feet of ice would have melted. Any questions on the homework? You ready for the next batch? Good. I'm gonna have to have the. Now, I'm not sure when the next test is. Are you?
Oh, no.
But it's not Friday. I'm pretty sure it's not Friday. Okay, so now what we're doing is looking for the homework. They're all in the pile, but the juniors and the sophomores all got piled together. Okay, here's the thing. This is due Monday, and I'm gonna grade the ones that we don't do in class. All right? But I'm gonna count off if they're blank, if we get them in class. I have to spend time with. All right, see if you recognize the first example.
The last one or the second one.
Start singing the example of number one.
You wanna do the homework? Sounds good. I'm gonna do mine.
There's two there. Give one to her, please. Give one to him, please. Okay. The first example is in the key of F. It's not in the key of D minor. Can you sing it in your head? You'll recognize it if you do.
I'm asking you what I get.
It goes something like this. Dun, 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 dee, dun, 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 dun,
It's like
dun,
right on
dun.
the roof.
Huh? Go Judge! Okay, we have a new dude coming in this week. He's from Auburn. But we'll love him like our own if he's the one. Will you take this rose
Dr.
to be
Forrest
our
is the
chair?
He was terrible.
Yes, I'll take the
I hated
rose.
him.
Oh, I like. I only heard a little bit.
Let's
of what
see
he
if I
said.
was anywhere near the right key. I really can only sing in one key.
What is he? He said it's
Tell me what the penultimate note is.
What'd you say?
F.
Tell me what the penultimate note is in a theory word, using a theory word.
Tonic.
Tonic.
I don't know.
Predominant.
I have no idea what.
These are true. It is the tonic. In terms of an analysis, what would you say that note was? Other than a tonic.
Anticipation?
Anticipation, yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
What do you think? Now, this is 2-part counterpoint, not 4-part counterpoint. One other line. You're going to write a bass line only with no chords.
Thank you.
But it might be instructive to write it with chords. Let me see. sort of play.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
So we
so
just
it's
write
not,
it?
it's,
It should be a simple two-part, piece for piano.
it's not really like rules or regulations,
oh.
as long as it makes sense.
Time out, did not say that.
Say someone didn't know what the word counterpoint meant.
I think what you're looking for is the simplest harmonizations,
Okay.
and then create a lovely, lovely counterpoint to it.
Okay.
That would probably be the ending. You want a perfect authentic cadence at the end, which means C has to go to F in the bass. Dig? So something like this. Okay. No. Oh, Kevin, where art thou? Why art thou not here to tell us what to do?
Right, F.
Oh, Trevor, where art thou? Why art thou here to make snide agreements with everything I say? Where art thou, oh Trevor? Those were pretty happy thoughts. I'm not gonna go on with other people because it just gets too sad. It's too sad.
I don't know. What are we doing?
I don't know.
I don't even know who
You
else
just
is
write
on here.
the
KJ, who else on your row?
You just make up stuff.
Trevor and Christian.
You're writing a
You're doing the
harmonization.
baseline for.
Have you ever done anything?
Oh my goodness.
I think that was lost a long time ago. I don't think that was your class in which it was lost either.
Okay.
How about this row?
Something I've seen in kind of is when there's
Kevin,
a quarter like
Again.
this row is,
on the bass, and when there's a quarter notes like
I just write.
Oh,
nobody's,
just paying you back.
I know the melody has a part in the bass.
and KJ. Frederick and KJ, that's all.
What? Patrick's right there.
You did
Where?
Right.
Yes,
When you write dotted rhythms, you do the two dots, what is that?
we don't need to do
I
that.
know the bass goes.
Two dots would add half again, a half
I
again.
don't think I've seen it.
You know what, I could explain.
also.
Because I mean, it's just something that I've seen a lot recently. that-
Really?
What?
I mean, you are a percussionist and all.
Yeah.
Let's take, what do you want, a quarter note?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, quarter note,
Love that D, she needs D,
So,
and you did change.
alright.
there's an A here, so it's probably that'd be like a one.
Agreed?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you know what you're trying
So I'm
with?
guessing you
It's just guessing?
just assume that you.
Agreed, everybody agree with my estimate of this situation?
Would I have to write some?
Okay.
Okay?
Oh,
Now, the thing is, we probably wouldn't, well, it could happen. It doesn't need to happen in this piece. I think we could probably get by with quarters and eights. Is that what we're working on now, or am I just saying
I think
mean
we're working
things
a whole
about
lot.
people?
I've just been writing poems.
I ain't got no problem with
You
that.
just
Let's
write
do one
rhythm.
together, which isn't
Yes.
this one.
There's a D if.
That is a more famous tune, so I'd like to see your, I'm gonna assign number one for you guys to do.
Oh,
Alright?
lovely.
Let's turn
So the first
the
mid
flipping
is with more chords.
page. Alright, number three, I love so very much. Now, what is happening in number three? I don't know.
You did that would be an octave above.
I think what happens is we, we begin in the key of E flat. What do we finish the first line with?
Oh dear.
5. It doesn't you could probably modulate there, but I don't see it in the bass line. Now the second line, sort of feels C minor-y, so in that respect you could be in B flat. But there's no chromatic alterations in the bass line. So let's just let's get it in our heads. I know you can all sing this in your heads, but I'll play it anyway. Now, that's not going to be perfect authentic at the end here because the bass line doesn't go 5-1, does it? Now, that just sounds like a nice little toony tune, doesn't it? So, you can do toony tune things, or you can do something else. But I think at this stage of our progress, we want to do things that are correct and easy. Easier is better. And 3, don't be too creative. Be creative from a style standpoint. We are composing in a late 18th century style, so you have to think of what happens between 1750 and 1800. Also, you don't have to start the right hand on the time, because the bass is on the time. It kind of seems to me like the first measure could in fact basically be a voice exchange. Did you kind of think about that at all? Would that not be the easiest possible thing ever? Now, if you started with that, could you expand from there? Probably. Expand more. That's the first thing I think I've seen, but you don't have to do all that. You know? All right. Get to work. Got to do it by ear. Now, my ear tells me 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6. Some other one, what's that? 4?
No, I don't know.
3.
Hike! 6 to 2, right. 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1. All done?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Lay it on me.
Are we thinking of it as a soprano line where all the stems then go up?
No, because it's two boys. So it should look just like the bass line. When it's above the middle line, its stem goes down, below, stem goes up. Okay? You need to do it that way or you'll be mocked, in red. Mocked in red. Bless thou, keep thee.
Straight E's?
Not necessarily will be right, but
Are we all done?
Yes.
Okay, if you're making illegible marks on your page, stop that. Only make nice note heads and stems. If you can't do it, get some help from someone.
Bailey, come here.
Not acceptable to be illegible.
what are we
What
doing?
exactly?
You gotta
What are we
explode.
doing?
I have no idea.
Go ahead, Victoria.
Yeah, phrases.
Wow!
What? The tactful way is what principle exactly are we applying, and the other way is what the heck is how do I? Am I just
Well,
making
the
things up?
thing about two voice counterpoint is you have to imply the harmony. So what implies the harmony the most? Thirds and sixths. Thirds and sixths. You have to understand what's a non-harmonic tone within the bass line that is given, yes? So, to me, the basic voice leading pattern really couldn't be simpler. It's 1, 1, 5, 1, 5. That's the first line.
1, 5, 1, 5, is that what you said?
1, 5, 1, 5. Next line, 6 to 2 to 5 to 1. These are pretty standard BVLPs, wouldn't you say? It's something that would be worthy of October of your freshman year in theory. Okay? So if, never mind. You get the point. Do it as easily as possible. The counterpoint is the thing, not the harmony. The harmony is simple. Make it easy on yourself. Breaking up. Man, I taped the golfing match yesterday. And I'm watching it this morning, the ending of it. I had avoided the internet so I wouldn't see the winner. They tie the final hole, so the two guys go back to the playoff hole. They tee off, recording ends.
What?
Dang it.
No.
And it was a rookie mistake. If you're recording college football, you always record the next 5 shows after it, or you'll miss the ending. So I should have recorded CBS News. But then I found out Justin Thomas won it anyway. Roll Tide, he's the Bama boy. Okay, y'all don't care. I can see why you wouldn't. It's just boring, stupid stuff. But you don't have to trade your boring, stupid stuff for my boring, stupid stuff. That's not what's the request. Wow, that first line sure seems great. We'll work on it a minute. Now, number of ways you can do this. You can start on the downbeat, or you can even start with a rest, which kind of breaks things up there. So I'm just gonna write up here just to have a little more space. And now, I could directly voice exchange that, but it might be more interesting not to directly voice exchange it. There's other things I could do there too. This really seems like a B is somehow required, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's what I wrote. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Now, but that's what seems to be required the whole measure, doesn't it?
DBB.
So, that's not as entertaining.
We don't need it.
Now here, I think we would have to say that the G in one or the other octaves is appropriate, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And I could do this down the octave or up the octave. The simplest thing, now I've created a 6/5 chord there, right, which is going to draw me to that. Now, easily quite simple here what I've done, and that's what we want. Okay, that's kind of stupid, agreed. Let's do it down an octave. It's stupid. I don't know what else to say. And I'm gonna be required to do it over, I can tell. Now,
So does this have a lot more like wiggle room for what we write?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, okay.
How do you know? It's so
But-
subjective.
Your wiggle room may mean something different than my wiggle room. Are parallel fifths allowed? No. Parallel octaves allowed? No. Unresolved leading tones? No. Double leading tones? No. So anything augmented chords and augmented intervals? No.
Okay.
So none of that's allowed. It's until it gets a lot more involved and your name is Bach. Other than that, not allowed. So, do you have more liberty in writing a melody? Absolutely, because in your basic voice leading patterns, it's almost like you don't want to do anything but have one tone all the way through it. So, yes, you may wiggle like that, but I'm not wiggling in the wrong direction.
What's the purpose of that? What's the point? What's the serious?
Lift up the sky. Nope. Okay. Let's do something that would be super fun here because my first attempt was terrible. Let's do this. Let's do, how about that? Now, how about this? Now I can go back to this.
I don't think you're gonna like that again.
My head is hurting. I feel like an idiot when it comes to this.
My first spin lesson, and it's time to done.
Okay, this may be terrible, but it's a lot simpler.
Better than what I wrote.
I haven't heard what you wrote.
Good.
Let's take the pedal off that so it's not so blurry. I hate that.
Sounds pretty.
There's really nothing to do in my mind other than to just write a B flat here. And I kind of liked it down here. Okay, so here's my rendering. Oh, it's 9:50 on a Monday. Can you believe? We've already almost finished the whole class. Oh, yeah!
Good Fergie.
Still better.
Way better than Fergie.
Who was Fergie with? Black Eyed Peas? What was
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Are delicious.
She sound way.
All right, let's.
I don't know what happened. Smoking all the She just sound way louder. It's like she's on
Now, what would you add?
like Mariah Carey.
I tell you what I would do is try to keep that eighth and note moving. So. Did you see how I added this one note and it just changed everything? From that point on, my life was different. All it took was a passing 10. Okay, one thing about the counterpoint that we're going to be writing, don't change the given. Okay, you will be struck down. Okay? I don't know, it's really a tragic event, but memes about teachers with guns are pretty funny. One I saw today, you've probably seen it already, but will librarians have to use silencers? Or a friend of mine is a professor at the University of Oregon writes, well, he was just like commenting on some news article about the teachers with guns. If they arm teachers, I'm going to have to stop going to faculty meetings. Okay, I said something the other day that I wanted to walk back from that is clearly not true. I was saying that in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it was more